is my estimate, is my prediction, is my hypothesis correct? Howdy everybody, it's Dashabella and welcome back to another episode of Star Equestrian. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. I'm feeling pretty good myself, thank you so much for asking. But for today's video, it's going to be a little bit of a breeding experiment video. I know a lot of you guys love it when I do experimental breedings because we all end up learning something at the end of the breeding. And today's video is going to be more of a color breeding experiment because I know a lot of people have been struggling trying to figure out what is up with the Bronco Mustang coat pattern. So this one here is a little bit hard to see because I have them dressed up. Hang on, I gotta undress my my Bronco Mustang. Probably should not have put that on. Yeah, so this is the Bronco Mustang. This coat pattern was introduced to the game with this horse when it was added with the Wild Out West season pass, and a lot of people love the pattern. The pattern on this looks amazing. I love the texturing. I love that we can see the different hairs. You have different tones of color in this as well. But one thing I've noticed a lot of people kind of talk about with this coat pattern, mostly in the Discord and sometimes in the global chat as well, is people not really understanding how this coat pattern translates when you breed the horse, because people try and aim for a particular color and then they breed the horse and they're just like, oh, this is not what I wanted. And I think I know how this works, but that's the whole point of today's science experiment. I want to kind of confirm a theory on how this coat pattern works so that if you decide to breed for this pattern yourself in the future, at least you'll know how it's going to work and then you won't be disappointed with the outcome of the breeding. Before we get into today's episode of Star Equestrian, I do need to give a big shout out to all of my wonderful channel members. Thank you to Jessica Morris, Marie Hill, Jessica Halson, Pavlina Aborna, Lavi, X Moon, Avalon, Imran Saftar, Crystalia, Sav, Carrie Poo, Madeline Pond, Raven, Bertney14, Alex Random Alex, Royal, Jinto N, Puppito Matic, Soren X, Jessica Taylor, Abby Patton, and Angel Bear. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. So obviously for today's breeding, we're going to be using my Bronco Mustang. I haven't even named this horse yet. I should probably give you a name. Let's just do Chester. Chester's actually a pretty cool name. So yeah, we're going to be using Chester obviously for today's breeding. So I kind of thought long and hard about this particular breeding pair that I'd be using, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit wild. So I am going to be pairing my Bronco Mustang with a horse that has the scarlet red coat color. So the horse that we're going to be using for the breeding, their name is Joy. Joy is half Pentabian, half Frisian Sport. And the reason why I bred this horse is that I wanted to get the coat color onto a 4-star horse. And thank goodness I got super lucky with this. So this is Joy. Actually, I should probably ride Joy so you guys can see this horse in action. But yeah, this is Joy. So Joy essentially is a Arabian model version of the scarlet red Frisian Sport, and also has the level 3 Woodlands Prestige as well. So that's why I got the leaves flying around. That does not come with the horse, guys. Okay, that's a prestige thing. Yeah, so we're going to be breeding Joy with my Bronco Mustang for today's video. Okay, now let me kind of talk about the Bronco Mustang coat a little bit more so you can understand how I'm going to be looking at this coat and where people get terribly confused with this coat. So the Bronco Mustang, what color is this horse? And I think a lot of people, and myself included, would have thought that, you know, the color that we see on the horse is what it is, like that dark chocolate brown, and it probably transitions to that lighter shade of brown. Now, when people started breeding this horse and I started seeing the outcomes of the breedings, it made me realize, wait a minute, this horse is not like a dual-toned horse, okay? Do you want to know what color the Bronco Mustang actually is if you get this version? This version of Bronco Mustang is actually the same color as Dusty. So you know how Dusty is that dark brown? So this is Dusty's color. See that really deep brown on Dusty's head? That is the entire shade of brown that the Bronco Mustang is. And ignore the roaning. Actually, I think Dusty's parents would be better for this. Actually, Mars would be pretty good too. But this is Dancer, Dusty's mum, dad. You get the idea. Just the flat color on Dancer here, that is the natural color for the season pass Bronco Mustang. And I think this is where the confusion happens for a lot of people, because then people suddenly question like, okay, but if that's the color of the Bronco Mustang, then what's that lighter tone of brown on the pattern? And I think this is where people get a little bit lost. Oh gosh. Yeah, I also got lost in my horses. So that light brown, believe it or not, I believe this is actually part of the pattern of the horse. So if I breed the scarlet red from my Arabian onto the Bronco Mustang, the head is the true color of the horse. The head will be scarlet red. And then going down, it should slowly transition back to that shade of brown. That is my estimate for today's breeding. Hang on, I forgot I can't bear back this horse because I don't have mastery. I'm also breeding the Bronco Mustang today because I'm trying to increase mastery, okay? So I just need a reason to breed this horse, and obviously this is my excuse to breed a Bronco Mustang today, okay? Okay, cool. So let's hop into the breeding, shall we? So I do want to pass a couple of physical traits because this Bronco Mustang I'm breeding, I also kind of want to use it as like a template for future breedings when I do Bronco Mustangs. It's going to cost me 2 tokens to do the breeding because we are also breeding with a crossbred. Just a heads up. Okay, so let's get into the deal of potions. So 100% we do need to use a pattern potion on the Bronco Mustang because that's why we're breeding this horse. I want that pattern. We're going to poach the color from my Arabian. So where is my coat color? So we've got coat color. I'm also deciding if I want to use my stylish hair potion because I've only got 2 of these left, but I really like the hairstyle on the Arabian. So I think I'm going to commit that. And I'm actually going to go for hair dye because I think the red would really match. So I want to kind of keep the red. As for the tail business, so I don't have any slots left. I'm not a super big fan of either of these horses' tails, so we're going to kind of leave that. Traits and stuff, we just leave it in the air. We just leave it in the air. But assuming my prediction for this breeding is correct, we should end up with a Bronco Mustang foal with a scarlet red head. And then as we transition through the pattern on the body, it should slowly turn this light brown. All right, so that's my prediction. Let's see what this foal ends up looking like, and then we'll see if my prediction is correct. Because if I'm correct, then at least you guys know for future breedings what to do. Right, the moment of truth. Is my estimate, is my prediction, is my hypothesis correct? And it is! Oh my gosh, look at how wild that color is. Oh, like that color looks so good. That looks so good. And we even got the acceleration experience traits. Oh, but that foal looks so good. I have to literally see you in game. Look at the red. Look at the red. That red is insane. I actually have to remove my character. Guys, look at that. Look at the color of that. Hang on, let me bring down the contrast because photo mode brings that up. Jeez, look at the color. That is gorgeous. That is literally gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got super lucky with the outcome of this foal because I didn't think it was going to look this good. But man, the scarlet red looks beautiful on the Mustang model. And the stripes as well. So my hypothesis for the stripes... Okay, so as you can see, like I said, right, like the light brown, it's definitely tied in to the coat pattern of the horse. The striping at the back is still that dark color. But okay, we do have a very interesting situation kind of happening with the front legs. So let me just kind of bring us down. So you see how the front legs on the Bronco Mustang, those are like dark, and then you have the light brown. On the Scarlet, it looks like that dark segment is actually part of the scarlet red from the foal, and then it lightens with light stripes. But at the back, you can see those stripes darken. So really interesting interaction between the pattern on the standard Bronco Mustang brown and having this transferred onto a scarlet red baby. No joke though, this red is absolutely stunning. on this Mustang foal. Like, I literally cannot wait for this thing to grow up. It's a harmonized foal, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use this so much for racing. I might be able to use this foal actually for cross country, because this is a bit of a cross country horse as well. Oh, but the color on this Mustang foal is stunning. Super recommend anyone else, if you do have the Scarlet Red from the Scarlet Red Frisian, recommend that you breed it onto a Bronco Mustang. The color transfers beautifully onto this pattern. I do not regret breeding this foal at all. It is absolutely stunning. I just noticed my goat hiding between my horse's legs. That's so cute. I have to say, guys, really successful breeding in today's video. Like, I was actually kind of expecting us to like kind of fail somewhere. I thought something would like kind of break, or it wouldn't move the way that it should, or it shouldn't have behaved a certain way. But yeah, everything did kind of work out the way that I thought it would. It was just like a couple of things definitely behave differently. I thought the front legs would be with dark stripes. Turns out it will follow the shade of whatever the front half of the horse is. It only deepens at the back. Like on the back legs, it definitely deepens. But on the front, it will follow the primary color of the horse. So for anyone out there that is looking to breed this particular coat pattern, and if you're looking at the horse and you're like, I want that color too, just keep in mind on how that color is going to behave with this coat pattern, because it's been pretty interesting to see Foxy experiment with different coat patterns and variations. And before this, the only other coat pattern that would influence the color underneath was from the rusted purple, if anyone remembers. So I have a couple of horses that are unusually colored, and it's because of the rusted purple Frisian. I don't know if I've got him. Yeah, I've got Earl Grey here. So Earl Grey has a really unique color. Believe it or not, under this, I believe Earl Grey, he's either black or he's smoky brown. I think he's smoky brown, but he's turned purple because the rusted purple's coat pattern has a purple tint. And then of course you have the rusted purple itself just looking super purple. But you can see the orange on its legs. That orange has transferred to all other horses that had that coat pattern and color. So yeah, it looks like this is our, I believe, our second multicolored coat pattern in the game. So just please be aware of that. I do think we're going to be getting more of these in the future. So just be a little aware of when you're breeding horses that this might end up being the result of the breeding. We have been getting some coat colors where it's like dual toned coat colors, you know, but yeah, again, just be super aware of what you could potentially get. I'd say when you're reading in this game, just keep a very open mind. You might not get the result that you want because colors just behave really weirdly. Okay, I guess that's going to be it for today's breeding video. Hopefully my breeding experiment was very helpful for you guys. I need some time to age this little guy up, so I'll be showcasing what this horse looks like in my next video, so look forward to that one. I think this is going to be a very special looking horse. Really excited, but I can't rush the process. Actually, I kind of can. I can rush the process. We gotta pull out the queen. We gotta bring out the queen. She's gonna help me raise this foal up in 3 hours. So whilst I hang around for the next 3 hours, guys, thank you so much again for watching another Star Equestrian video. As always, if you enjoyed your time with me today, or as I said, if you found this breeding experiment helpful, please leave a like on the video and also leave a hype as well if you would like to. That helped out the channel so much. To anyone that might be new to the channel, hi there guys, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber and I play a whole bunch of horse games on my YouTube channel. So if you love horse games as much as I do, then definitely consider subscribing to the channel to get future notifications for all of my future uploads. That's going to be it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one, Star Equestrians. Bye!